Hello, friends. This is Christian Connections. I'm Ganem Hanna, along with my guests and teammates here on Christian Connections, which is coming to you live from Studio One here from Loma Linda, California. My special guest today is Mr. Kerry Heinrich, who is the CEO of Loma Linda University Medical Center, which I think it covers 6 hospitals, Mr. Heinrich, and all clinics as well.
Yes.
It's a massive job. We're going to visit with him after a few other segments. Marlon, would you introduce your guest to us?
Well, our viewers know Olivia Moses because she has been doing a series on Smart Lifestyle TV for quite a number of years, and she's going to do more. But she's also here to talk to us about, well, the holidays, they're coming up. How do we get rid of those extra pounds before Thanksgiving and my birthday and, your birthday and Christmas? Well, she'll be here to tell us those things and much more here on Christian Connections. Nana?
Well, my guest today is Tad Worku. Tad, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tad, you're going to be blessing us with some of the music that you've written and composed throughout this evening. But first, tell me a little about yourself. What do you do when you're not doing music?
So when I'm not doing music, I am a nurse in the pediatric and adult trauma emergency department here at Loma Linda.
And how's that?
It's I love it. I would say we have probably one of the best teams around, and it's a rewarding place where most people say you have to be an adrenaline junkie to be down there. But I stay calm in most situations, and I feel like you can make a pretty big impact in someone's life in that area when they come in unexpectedly for an emergency or in a trauma. So I enjoy the relationships and the stories you can build through it. So it's been pretty fun.
That's great. Now, I know nursing came as a kind of a twist later on in your life. Tell me about music. How did you start getting involved in music?
Yeah. So I started out finishing a business degree, and when I finished that, my goal was I wanted to be a famous musician in the area of pop music. And so I moved to San Francisco, and I started pursuing this career in pop music. And things started opening up. We got an award-winning team and came to the point where we were funded for national and international tour. And through that whole process, I just felt God leading me a different direction and saying, follow me, I have a different path for you to take. And so to make a long story short, I trusted where God was leading in that time. And I decided to follow the unknown and follow where he was leading. And so I ended up walking away from that. And
But that must have been a really difficult choice, I'm sure.
It was a very difficult choice because on the other side of that, I didn't really see what would happen next. I just saw the thing I had spent my life building and finally happening, walking away from that. So there was a lot of unknown in that decision.
Could you have done both at the same time?
I think at that point in my life, I had built up this whole music thing as my value system, and I think God used that situation to kind of break me and get my priorities in order. So I think it was, looking back on it in the timing of how everything happened, I think it was needed to kind of separate from that and start over, kind of hit a reset button, I guess you'd say.
Right, wow. So where did you go from there?
So I actually went back to Pacific Union College and enrolled in the nursing program. I felt that there had been a door that had opened, and so I decided to, about 2 weeks after making that decision of canceling tour and canceling the album, I was back in school studying prereqs, and that was pretty much the last thing I ever thought I would be doing.
Right, so I understand you found a way to kind of join those two passions together of healthcare and music. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so after going back to school and starting in the nursing profession, my mind was kind of in the healthcare realm, and I started writing music again unexpectedly. It was just something that came out, and I started writing Christian music at that point. And what I really wanted to do was connect music to what could the gospel look like in action. And so I had a lot of conversations with friends, and they connected me with people, and ended up coming to the point where we had an opportunity to perform with the Oakland Symphony, and I had connected with people in healthcare, a lot of friends that were doctors, dentists, and we put together a free medical dental vision clinic, partnered with the homeless shelters in Oakland, and we used the proceeds from the show with the symphony to fund the clinic, and it was actually all in the same venue. So we had the clinic all day, and then people would come through, and we closed down the clinic, and people came in, and the concert was in the front half of this giant 50,000 square foot venue. So it was special.
That sounds like an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
Ted, if you had any last words for our viewers today, what would that be?
Oh man, I think just in this context, I think it would be that like the stories that God writes when you follow Him are more powerful, more adventurous than some of the stories we'd try to write on our own.
Right.
Yeah.
Amen. That's great. Well, Ted, I'd like to invite you over to the piano to bless us with the first song. And as Ted goes over there, his first song is, again, a song that he wrote and composed himself, and it is entitled Love Is All. So, over to you, Ted.
Love is always patient, oh, and love is always kind. Love is always hoping for the better part of life. And love is always searching, trying to show the blind the way. The truth of life is waiting, or will the people ever say that love is all we need? And love is never boasting and never full of pride. Love will always listen, or it will lead you to the light. Love will never break down, it will make it till the end. 'Cause love, He laid His life down, oh, 'cause He called us all His friends. See, His love is all, love is all, love is all, love is all we need. And that's why love means so much to me. 'Cause He died, but He lives, so in Him I'm free. And now it makes so much sense, I see. Love is all, love is all, love is all we need. Love is all, love is all, love is all we need. Love is all, love is all, love is all we need. Oh, love, it's all we need. 'Cause love is always faithful. Love is always true. Love is more than feelings, or to say that I love you. Love is more than something. See, love, he has a name. you came and showed us love is all. Love is all. Love is all. Love is. Love is all. Said love is all we need. Oh, it's all we need.
Amen.
Amen.
Todd, thank you so much. Please come back and join us for the discussion. But Hannah, Marlon, we are so blessed here at LLBN, and what really has contributed to LLBN's success over the years is the fact we're in the heart of Loma Linda, where there are so many talents, there are so many committed people who love to serve others, who love to serve the community, and who love to serve God through various ministries. And today we are so blessed by all representatives come from the campus of Loma Linda. Marlon, your guest is Dr. Olivia Moses, no stranger
World
to our
famous.
viewers. I'm telling you.
You know, when I'm out there in a community, people often mention to me, "Do you know that Dr. Olivia Moses?" And I said, "Yes, I do." They said, "Say hi for us." So hi from all our
Well, hello, everyone.
Now you're a PhD.
Yes, I have it's a DRPH, it's a doctorate in public health from actually Loma Linda University School of Public Health.
And the school to go to, I
Yeah.
understand. So Doctor of Public Health, what does that mean?
That basically means that I am trained, my master's degree was actually in an area called health promotion and education, so we deal with the health of communities. And then my doctorate was in an area called preventive care, so we deal a lot with lifestyle diseases. So at Loma Linda University Health, I'm in charge of their wellness program or their corporate wellness program. Usually the second question after that is, well, what does that mean? So let me explain that. What that means is I have the privilege of creating programs and resources to help keep the employees of Loma Linda University Health and their families healthy and well. And we do some population health management also through our program.
So a wellness expert.
You know, yes, I guess so, yes.
As you've noticed, I am not so svelte as I used to be. I've got about 20 extra pounds that shouldn't be there. And am I in trouble? I mean, Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Christmas is not too far away, and don't even talk about New Year's Eve.
Interesting. Yes, we are coming on the holiday season. What I say is starting from now until really April, we're in constant food mode. So
Wait a minute,
whether
constant
it's
food mode?
Food mode, meaning October there's a lot of candy around. Then we have November, which is Thanksgiving. Then we have Christmas, and then we have New Year's,
And fast
then,
food.
and then Valentine's Day, and then we have Easter, and then it's like nonstop starting now, to be honest. So what a lot of people then start actually saying is, should I drop a bunch of weight? Can I start fasting or doing some really extreme things before we get into this kind of season of food that we're going to be having for the next few months? And then my answer to that is, anytime you do something extreme, you're really not making a lifestyle change. And that's really where everything is at. So if there's something that you can actually start doing now that you can take through the holidays, through this, these months of food, all the way through the rest of your life, let's start doing that now. And also, a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves to lose weight, and they're on this weight journey to lose weight during the holidays. And the question I have for a lot of people is that even realistic? Do you want to take the happiness out of the holidays out? So maybe we should look at the holidays and say, maybe my goal should be, can I maintain my weight during these months.
Or can
And
I worry
is that
about it
doing-
after the holidays? I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You just opened the door for me, Olivia.
So the biggest thing here is to do something that's realistic for you and keep it healthy. Keep it healthy. And another thing for the holidays is we have a lot of celebrations. So whether it's Thanksgiving, you might have families spread across geography. So you might have a Thanksgiving celebration in one city, then you have to go to the next one, or maybe you have the potluck at work, then you have the celebration for your entire, organization, then you have, so you're doing a lot of celebrating for that one holiday. So what potentially we could do is choose one of those celebrations and say, that's the one I'm going to indulge, and the rest of them I'm going to try to do something healthy and keep the exercise going through the entire time.
So let's shut that door, Olivia. You say indulge, right? It's not really indulge. Indulge is enjoy yourself using common sense and reason.
Yes, but the thing is, we should be using common sense all the time, not just during the holidays, right? I mean, it's all the time we should be using it.
So is there a formula that we can kind of put into place, like, well, if I don't eat out after a certain hour, will that help me? Or will that hurt me if I decide to have a late dinner at 9:30 at night and go to bed at 11 after a quart of ice cream?
Well, I think you and I need to talk separately, but one of those things is what we really try to kind of emphasize. We get the question sometimes is, if I have a meal after 6 o'clock, does it all turn to fat, or 7 o'clock? And the answer is no, it doesn't. However, what we do see is people who have later meals are not eating the healthiest. So if you were eating that 11 o'clock meal, happened to be, if that was a salad or something light, there wouldn't really be a problem. So it just seems like the later we go, the more of an indulgence we have with a lot of fatty, fried, sometimes drive-through types of foods.
So if it says no calories, are they telling us the truth?
Well, no calories, it's basically your body is not absorbing that. So the best thing to me to eat that has no calories in it is really not eating, it's actually drinking. So drink water.
Well, I better look at this. You brought me a list of questions, and we're just about out of time. So let me do this for you.
Okay, sure.
Let's look into the camera.
Okay.
And what message would you like to give to our viewers around the world about Loma Linda University Health and their need to stay healthy?
Well, I think that for Loma Linda University Health, the biggest thing that we do is we have a commitment to your health and to the communities you live in. We have a variety of services that you can absolutely be involved with, whether it is online or here in Loma Linda. So the big thing here is we can do this together. We can walk this journey of wellness together. So come join us. We are waiting for you.
I shouldn't have put you on the spot, but I'm going to go do that anyway. Is there a website that comes to mind?
Well, you can join our general website, or if you want to have some resources, you just email us at livingwhole@llu.edu, and we will be happy to have a conversation.
Kerry, Ganem, Hannah, do you have any questions for Olivia?
I have a comment to make. I was 40 pounds heavier, and when I met Olivia through her encouragement and support, along with my doctor, they helped me to lose 40 pounds over time. And that inspired me to help launch Smart Lifestyle TV. That's one of LLBN 8 channels running 24 hours, 7 days a week around the world. So thank you for being such an inspiration.
Thank you
and for reflecting
saying that.
the
You're
great
giving
values of
me
Loma Linda.
Too much effort. You did all the work.
Yeah, well, I wish I ate more during the process, but I had to eat less to meet my goal. But thank you.
My pleasure.
So what's the hardest part of losing weight?
I think the hardest part of losing weight is to be consistent. I think we all know what we should be doing, and I think our daily lives sometimes get in the way of our good intentions. And I think the biggest thing is to, whatever you're going to do it consistently.
At least we should have consistent excuses.
Well, there you have it. Live from the studios of Loma Linda Broadcasting Network, we go to Ganem Hannah right now.
Well, all I can say, don't go to your fridge and get something to eat. Stay tuned for the rest of the program. Hannah, I think we're ready for that next number. You want to tell us about it?
We're going back to Tad Worku with his second song first, again, that he wrote and composed himself. And it is entitled The One. Over to you, Tad.
heart is broken heart, this song's for you. Love, it heals the scars and over time makes your heart new. When you're in the darkness, oh, when light's so hard to see, just reach out or whisper, you're always that close to me. You say you've been battered, you've been broken, you've been bruised. Tried your hand at love once, in return say you were used. So you started running till the pain was hard to feel. When you lost direction, only place left was to kneel. And when you hear fire